One criminal coordinator managed millions in stolen money from phone scams without ever making a single call. But she was more dangerous than any caller you've ever received. If you think phone scammers are just people making threatening calls, you're about to learn something that will completely change how you protect yourself from every unknown number on your phone. The criminal who managed millions in stolen money never spoke to a single victim. In the next 8 minutes, you'll see exactly how modern scam networks operate, why money managers are more dangerous than callers, and how one international investigation exposed this hidden layer of fraud. But first, let me show you the type of call that feeds this entire system. Picture this. Your phone rings. The caller claims to be from your government's tax collection agency. You owe back taxes. Pay now or face immediate arrest. According to Canada's National Fraud Reporting Centre, elderly victims frequently lose their entire life savings to these exact scenarios, with individual losses often exceeding $40,000 as victims genuinely believe they're saving themselves from legal consequences. The psychological manipulation is calculated and documented. Fraud researchers have recorded victims thanking their scammers and apologizing for not having more money to send. That's the level of fear these networks systematically create. The callers earning minimal wages weren't the real profit centers. The substantial money was being managed by sophisticated financial coordinators who never spoke to victims. And some of these coordinators became exceptionally skilled at making money disappear. While some criminals handle physical cash, counting money, storing valuables, managing local transfers, the real sophistication happens at the coordination level. Think criminal chief financial officer, the person who manages all the money for an illegal business. These coordinators don't handle just one type of scam. They process payments from tax scams, fake bank security calls, tech support frauds, and romance scams. Multiple revenue streams flowing through seemingly legitimate business accounts. The system's elegance is strategic. Callers create fear. Local handlers collect money. But coordinators make that money vanish into complex digital networks. According to publicly available Project Octavia court filings, this coordinated approach allowed individual money managers to process millions in fraudulent transactions while maintaining plausible deniability about the source. But even the most sophisticated criminal networks have vulnerabilities that investigators can exploit. October 2018, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Canada's federal law enforcement agency, launches Project Octavia in partnership with Indian law enforcement. Their mission: dismantle the infrastructure behind international phone scam networks. They faced an unprecedented challenge. How do you investigate criminals who operate across multiple countries, use encrypted communications, and never meet face to face? The breakthrough came through financial tracking and unprecedented international cooperation. According to Canadian police public statements, the investigation led to coordinated raids on 39 illegal call centers across Indian cities. And here's where the operation's massive scale became undeniable. While investigating these scam networks, law enforcement officers began receiving the identical scam calls they were trying to stop. The automated systems had become so widespread, they were targeting the investigators themselves. Imagine briefing your team about tax scam investigations when your phone rings with a fake government tax agency call. According to Project Octavia documentation, this actually happened to the investigative team. The multinational investigation resulted in dozens of arrests across Canada and India, with charges including fraud over $5,000, possession of proceeds of crime, and money laundering. Behind every statistic are real people facing devastating consequences. Canada's National Fraud Reporting Centre victim impact studies document that scam victims frequently experience severe anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders. Many victims develop phone phobia, becoming unable to answer calls entirely. Financial stress systematically destroys relationships. Domestic counselors report increased disputes when families blame each other for falling victim to sophisticated psychological manipulation. The human cost extends beyond victims. Many money handlers were international students who claimed ignorance about their activities' illegal nature. When arrested, Several faced deportation and permanent immigration consequences. Project Octavia initially succeeded. According to Canada's Fraud Reporting Centre, imposter scam losses dropped significantly in 2019 as dozens of coordinators and handlers faced prosecution. However, specialized task forces require sustained funding, and by 2021, resources were reallocated as budget priorities shifted. When specialized international fraud task forces lose dedicated funding, ongoing investigations typically transfer to general fraud units with broader mandates and fewer specialized resources. This resource reallocation pattern is documented across multiple countries dealing with international cybercrime. The complexity requires sustained, specialized attention that general units struggle to maintain. Current statistics from fraud reporting centers across North America, Europe, and Australia show phone scam losses have returned to pre 2019 levels and continue climbing. Today's scam operations employ AI voice cloning, cryptocurrency laundering, and increasingly sophisticated psychological manipulation. The criminal coordinators have evolved faster than law enforcement capabilities. Understanding money management networks fundamentally changes scam prevention strategy. The voice on your phone is merely the entry point to a sophisticated financial operation. Effective protection requires understanding that legitimate government agencies never demand immediate payment through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency, regardless of the urgency they claim. Real protection comes from three principles. First, verify caller identity through official channels you find independently. Second, understand that artificial urgency is always a manipulation tactic. Third, know that government agencies send written notices before taking any enforcement action. Your awareness protects entire communities. Reporting suspicious calls to national fraud reporting centers like the Federal Trade Commission in America, fraud reporting agencies in your country, or your local equivalent helps law enforcement identify emerging patterns and protect future victims. Have you encountered sophisticated phone scams? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could help protect others from similar psychological manipulation tactics. If you want to know the specific warning signs that can protect you from these increasingly sophisticated scams, make sure you're subscribed because next week we're breaking down the exact phrases scammers use and the psychological techniques that make even skeptical people vulnerable. Stay informed, verify independently, and remember the most dangerous criminals in these networks are often the ones you never hear from directly.